What is up, YouTube, and welcome to the Extra Point, episode 37. I am Hunter along with Nick. How are you doing, Nick?
Hunter, as always, I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, Nick.
That is,
Fan-fucking-tastic.
there it is. Yes.
Terrific.
It's great news. It really
It is.
is.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
good
you.
to hear.
Welcome to the Extra Point. We are going to be doing something a little different over the next couple weeks to finish out the NFL season. We will be going back to what we started out doing, is our topics that we get from fans. So,
Yep.
our topics today. First one, Jason Garrett and the Cowboys' future. Should Jason Garrett get fired? And after the recent loss to the Patriots, what is to come with the Dallas Cowboys? Our second topic is going to be a very, very big matchup. The second best team, possibly the first in the AFC, with the 49ers, or the Ravens, going against the best team in the NFC in the 49ers. That is going to
Yep.
be a 1 o'clock game this Sunday. We'll be predicting that matchup, and we will also be transitioning into our third topic, which is the MVP race. We'll give our top three candidates for the
Oh yeah.
MVP race and see who we think should win it. So those are our three topics. Once again, if you have topics that you want to hear, NFL only, be sure to let us know in Instagram, Twitter, comments, whatever you want to do, and we'll see if your topic makes it on the show and comments. But we'll also be giving predictions as well on our Instagram and Twitter, so stay tuned for that in the next couple days. Anyway, without further ado, let us begin. Topic one, should Jason Garrett get fired, and what is the Cowboys' future looking like?
All right. So I'll just go ahead and be simple with it. Jason Garrett should not get
Not.
fired. Problem with the Cowboys, Hunter, is not Jason Garrett. All the speculation's coming from they just played the Patriots, and there were a lot of, coaching differences, to say the least. The problem is we're comparing Jason Garrett to Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time. According to NFL 100, he is second behind Paul Brown for some reason.
Yeah, should be
Whatever.
first.
Bill Belichick's the greatest coach of all time, and obviously he was more prepared in all three phases of the game, and obviously special teams in that Patriots Cowboys game, whereas Jason Garrett, not quite. I don't think anyone prepares like Bill Belichick, so people need to quit comparing him to Bill. He won Coach of the Year just 3 years ago. So he is not a bad coach. He's got good talent. Sometimes he doesn't know what to do with it entirely. I give him a hard time, but I thought hard about this question ever since we brought up the topic, and I truly believe it is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones does not give this guy any leeway to do anything. He wants to. I almost obviously we'll probably never know this, but I almost guarantee you, Jerry Jones. They have meetings, whatever he says to coach.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason Garrett, I guarantee you, he says, "All right, this week I want Dak throwing 400 yards. This week Zeke's going to get the ball." Like he tells him what he
Guarantee it.
wants.
Yep.
It's almost like he almost threatens him. I feel like,
Yeah.
like, hey, pass the ball 50 times, or else, hey, let's feed Zeke. It's going to be good for the fan base. Like the guy's an owner and he tries to run the team. It's not Jason Garrett's fault entirely. He's not having his best year coaching, but they don't need to fire him. His contract doesn't even end this year, so they should have him for the rest of this year anyway, going to next year. They need to get rid of Jerry Jones. That's a very hard thing to do since he owns the team, manages the fucking team, and tries to coach fucking team. Only way to get rid of him is to, Hunter, we can just take him out. It will be easy. He's very old. I don't know. We could take him out.
There's people watching this
I
podcast.
know. Someone can take him out, or he'd have to retire. Once he's gone, the Cowboys will start to do something with the talent they have. I don't think it's Jason Garrett's fault. He's getting a lot of heat. Let's everyone just calm down and give him some love. He's dealing with a hard ass an owner. So
Yep.
Yeah.
We've talked about this topic before, not the firing per se, but the Cowboys in general with the
Right.
signing of
Who's the
Amari
problem?
Cooper, Dak, Ezekiel,
Yeah.
what they should do. You said the exact same thing I said months ago.
You did
Jerry
call that
Jones is the
first. Yeah.
problem with that franchise and has been for some time now. This is an owner who had a successful team when Jimmy Johnson was coaching, and he fired Jimmy Johnson just
Yep.
because he wanted to be in the spotlight. That is 100% true. You can ask anybody, you can go back and watch a football life or whatever. It's true. Jimmy Johnson was the general manager of the team
Yep.
and led them to got how many fucking Super Bowls? 3, 4, won them.
3 in a
Yep.
row.
Yep. And Jimmy Johnson was the coach. Jerry Jones fired him so he could be the spotlight and be the general manager, which he is still now. And look at their success rate ever since then. Shitty. If you
Yep.
look at Jerry Jones' job titles, it is owner, president, CEO, CFO, general manager. That is the dictator of that fucking franchise, and he
Yep.
is running it into the ground. So I don't think Jerry Jones needs to get fired either. This is a coach that is leading the NFL in total yards on offense, leading the NFL in passing yards on offense, sixth in rushing, sixth in points scored, eighth in rushing. Dak Prescott is having probably one of the best years he's had ever since he came into the league.
Yeah.
It's just, the offense is the best in the NFL, total overall, and the defense isn't that fucking bad either. It's not his fault. It's the fucking owner. It's the general manager. It's the guy who puts the fucking team together.
Yep.
Jerry Jones or Jason Garrett. I'm not saying he's a really good coach. I'm not saying he's a great coach, but he
No.
gets the job
No
done.
way.
I mean, they're 6-5. They're first in the NFC East. There's nothing to really worry about at the moment. The Eagles are still struggling and fucking injuries, and the Giants and Redskins fucking suck. The Cowboys have basically a
Subtle.
fucking cakewalk to the damn playoffs. They'll be
Yeah.
fine, and with the talent that they have on offense and defense, and with Dak Prescott playing the type of football he is, and that offensive line, they are fine, and Jason Garrett should be fine as well. He's a good coach. Fucking Jerry Jones is the problem.
Now, if the question is, will he be let go or be replaced or fired? I'm going to say yes. I don't think he should be, but I can see Jerry Jones as soon as he can, as soon as this season is over, because I don't see the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. They have a good team, but there's several better teams in the NFC. I don't think they'll make it there. They probably won't even win a playoff game, even though I think they'll probably make the playoffs. So when this season ends for the Cowboys, I do believe that he'll end up firing Jason Garrett, and I don't believe that's going to be the right thing to do. It's going to be another thing that Jerry Jones does that's going to backfire on him and the entire organization. So if the question is he going to fire him? I'm going to probably say yes. Should he? No, should not be fired.
I do believe he is as well, and the coaching, I don't think he should, but this falls strictly on coaching, fourth down conversions and third down conversions.
Oh, I
That
know.
is something to look at. And the Cowboys suck on third down, and they're 1 for 6 on
Well,
fourth down.
I'll give you this. They going into the Patriots game were the number one team in third down passing. That
I'm talking
is
about total this season, not just
okay.
last game. I don't think he should get fired, but this is a stat leading towards he probably is because they suck on fourth down, 1 for 6,
Yeah,
and they're below 60%. Actually, they're below fucking 55% on third down conversions. That's all coach. I don't think he should get fired, but those two stats right there lead towards him probably going to get fired. Sadly, I mean,
I
I
think
think he's doing a
James.
damn good job with the offense and
Yeah,
defense as he got.
I think James Harrison actually said it best. He is playing. It's almost like he's playing to lose. Essentially, he's playing conservative. I think,
right.
but to me, that's how he's always been as a coach. Even when he won Coach of the Year, he was a conservative coach. He thought ahead of the game, said, "Well, if we let them score, let's just kick this field goal instead of go for it on 4th and 1, on the other team's 30, stuff like that." He's always been conservative, and that's probably where a lot of that comes from. Is he doesn't want to do those fourth down conversions. He doesn't want to go for it. He'd rather punt or kick a field goal in the given situation and where they are on the field. And I 100% agree with that statement. So that's what I think that's coming from. But
Jerry
that's who it's always
Jones is
been. That's nothing new.
Jerry Jones is going to fire Jason Garrett and go after damn Ron Rivera. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, so Ron Rivera's getting let go now.
I wish he wasn't, but he's probably leaning that way. Yeah.
What?
Sadly, I
Wow,
don't
that
want
might
to
be a
say it.
topic for another day. I'd like
Yeah.
to hear what happens with
David
that.
Tepper
I
doesn't
didn't
like
hear
what's
about
going
that
on.
rumor.
Yep, big rumors. All right, so yeah, leave a comment on that topic, and we want to hear your fucking comments on that topic. So
Yeah.
drop them below, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. We're moving on to the second topic. We got a big matchup coming up. The best team in the AFC, or second best, going against the best team in the NFC, 49ers and Ravens, and they are playing each other in Baltimore. It's going to be a good matchup. Who do you got in this one, and what to look out for?
Defense does win championships. I just want to say this. Before the season started, I expected the Ravens to improve. You thought they wouldn't because their defense was iffy, and they still aren't that, top notch, if you ask me.
Right.
But, I expected them to improve. I expected the 49ers to improve. I think looking back on it, this was going to be a good game anyway. Let's fast forward to present time. This is the game of the year. It's going to be I would assume, very similar to the Seahawks 49ers game, which was,
Oh, yeah.
until this game, at least the best game of the season. Overtime, turnovers left and right. Both teams made outstanding plays. Quarterback play was spectacular. Defensive plays were made. That was an awesome game. This game, I'm assuming it's going to be a competitive game. However, to beat the Ravens, all you need is a dominant defensive line. They just played the Rams and kicked their ass. That's because they have one good defensive lineman. They do not have 4 all-pros. I don't know how many of the D linemen from the 49ers are actually going to be voted into, all-pro honors. But I know 2 that are
2.
honestly of the best in football. Names are DeForest Buckner and, of course, Nick Bosa.
Who's a rookie.
Those 2 guys alone, they can set the edge. What you do is this. Your edge guys, all you have to do is set the edge. He's not going to go out of his way to roll out around you. Mm-hmm. Me and Hunter talk about it all the time. If they have a pass play, he takes a 3-step drop. Literally, you can count it. If about 3 seconds later, no one's wide open, he's running.
He doesn't take those close shots.
Set the edge, get pressure up the middle. If any team, any defensive line in football can do that, it's the 49ers. So I think, granted, their run game is still great. Their O-line's great. They're going to pull out that, triple option type, run in the backfield between Ingram and the fullback Ricard, and then of course Lamar Jackson. They're going to make plays. They'll probably find the end zone. I think they can break 20 points. Okay. But they're not going to be this explosive 35 points per game team against 49ers. If they do, I'll be so shocked. I will be stunned if they have a dominant offensive game. I really will. Granted, 21 points or so, I expect that. 21, 24 points. Where I think the Ravens will lose this game, that's my official pick. Ravens will lose because of this reason alone. There's one man. Hunter has doubted him all season. I'm hoping he's starting to come around a little bit. He's been playing his ass off, and people hopefully are starting to change their minds on him. Jimmy fucking Garoppolo has been on his shit. When he gets full strength receivers, which he has and he will have against the Ravens on Sunday, I'm talking George Kittle. I'm talking, Debo Samuel. That is a fast motherfucker, by the way. That dude can haul ass. Jimmy G puts in work, and I think he's going to torch the Ravens defense. I'm sorry. They have 2 good players, a safety and a one-side cornerback. They're going to find ways around it, and I think they're going to break 30 some odd points and beat the Ravens. And in the end, Lamar Jackson's going to have like some highlight. I'm sure he's going to have at least one of those, Madden runs
Top-notch
where he
runs.
jukes like 40 people and, breaks fucking Mach 40 when he gets open field, stuff like that. That's what everyone's going to talk about. No, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the guy that wins this big game. And that's why the 49ers will end up in the Super Bowl because Jimmy fucking G.
I'm gonna go 49ers. This is gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be one of the games of the year. It's a 1 o'clock game, which fucking stuns me. But
Yeah, I
they
know.
might move it to a night game or a
Yeah.
4 o'clock game, most likely, and switch. But I'm gonna go 49ers. However, it's raining. It's supposed to rain, and it's in Baltimore. So you got home field advantage for the Ravens. But stats show when it rains, they throw the ball more. I don't know why, but when it rains, typically you throw the ball more.
It's like when it snows. It's hard to run,
Exactly.
slippery,
The 49ers, in my opinion, have a better overall team. They got the number one defense in football, the second best rushing attack in football behind the Ravens at number one, but they also have a better passing attack, in my opinion, and stats show that they are 14th in the NFL. I know I doubted him at the beginning, but Jimmy Garoppolo is coming around, and he is a damn good quarterback this year. With Emmanuel Sanders to throw to, which was a fucking solid pickup by the 49ers.
Yes,
Great job. Kudos to them.
That's his new
Deebo Samuel, I said it back when we were doing the fucking draft episodes. That is a motherfucker to watch. He is fast, he is strong, and has good fucking hands. He is a good all-around receiver. He will be their number one receiver later on. And fucking George Kittle.
Yeah.
The man. Playing on a broken ankle.
Man. Those are the
broken
best.
foot, and he's still getting the fucking job done.
Yeah.
The 49ers offense is better, in my opinion, better quarterback, and just better overall fucking play in overall. The Ravens, on the other hand, have the best rushing attack, second best offense in the NFL.
Yeah.
You have the best defense going up against the second best offense in the NFL. Defense always wins championships. However, it don't win games. But I don't think the Ravens have enough to beat the 49ers. So, okay, I know that sounded stupid.
You confused the shit out of me there. I don't know what you're talking about. They win championships, but they don't win games.
Just lost to the fucking Ravens
a few weeks ago, yeah.
Best defense in football at the time. They lost the game, but, however, if they faced each other in the fucking championship, I'm sure the Patriots would win. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why it happens. It happens, trust me.
We'll stick with defense wins championships. That's the one I know. I don't know about the game thing. You
can lose a game because of defense, but typically at the end, defense will win the championship. Anyway, Lamar Jackson, we said he's a good runner. He's an okay passer, and he is in the MVP race. But
he's a great runner, by the way.
He's a great runner. He's fast as shit, good runner. However, he doesn't take shots down the field. When he backs up to pass, he'll look for 3 seconds, like you said. Yep. And if there is a guy within 5 yards of the receiver, he don't even take the chance. He fucking runs it. Yep. He's not a good passer, and he knows it. He knows he is not that accurate of a quarterback, and that's why he doesn't take those contested throws.
That's
which
why
is
he
fine.
runs.
But that's going to fuck him over in the long run when he's got a QB spy waiting for him and a defense that only can they only need to rush fucking 4 or 3.
The 49ers are the team that can.
The 49ers are the team.
Give other people some edge rushers.
Yeah. They got 2 edge rushers to not allow Lamar Jackson to roll out the fucking side. They got the 2 defensive ends to stop him from running up the middle. They've got some fucking fast, agile linebackers to keep up with Lamar Jackson and QB spy, and they've got some good fucking secondary guys to stop those damn receivers. So the 49ers, the defense is just too fucking good. Lamar Jackson, I know he's flashy, but him not taking those risks and being that accurate of a passer, it's going to fuck him over, especially going up against the 49ers. He's going to have to make those tight throws, and I don't think he's going to do it. This is going to be the worst game of his year or of the year for him, but it's going to be a good game. So I'm going to go 49ers just because the fucking defense and a better overall team. Jimmy Garoppolo's proven me fucking wrong, sadly. He's the man right now, and I'm liking watching him. I actually like him as a person. It's just I was a little iffy on his play. I'm eating my fucking words at this moment in time.
It's you know what it's you know Hunter, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Everybody else in sports networks also said the same thing. I told y'all to just give it time, and look what's happening. I'm very happy that he's playing well. I'll be pissed off if he has a shitty game and the 49ers lose, because I've been talking Jimmy G up and the 49ers every week. So I will be very upset if they lose this game. Before you move on to the next topic, Hunter, I do want to
Okay.
say this could be the best tight end battle that we've
Oh
seen
yeah, Mark Andrews and
since, yeah, Mark
Kittle.
Andrews versus George Kittle. These two tight ends, I'm sorry if you said, all right, you can have a pair of tight ends. You get Mark Andrews, you get George Kittle, or you can have Zach Ertz and Travis Kelce. I'm taking Mark Andrews and George Kittle because these
Yeah.
guys are big. They can block their asses off, and
Yep.
they can still catch. They can still get in the end zone. These are two of the best tight ends. Austin Hooper is also great. I throw him in there too. But these are two of the best tight ends in football. They're two great targets, and they will run behind those guys anytime, just
Yep.
like the Patriots did with Gronk in his last few years. Great blockers, game changers, and that'll be a good matchup to see. If the Ravens want a chance at winning the game and keeping that 35 points going per game and racking up on this 49ers defense somehow, I bet Mark Andrews plays a really big role.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, guaranteed. He's gonna have to get the ball out quick. So if you have
yep,
Mark Andrews, start him in fucking fantasy. Same thing with
yep,
George Kittle. All
yep.
right, going on to our third and final topic. We got the MVP race. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Exciting.
give us, give y'all our three top candidates in order. I guarantee you, I know the order that you're gonna say as well.
Yep.
Russell Wilson, MVP. Lamar Jackson, number two. Christian McCaffrey, number three. Am I correct? Or do you have the two and three flipped?
I have 2 and 3 flipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead with your MVP candidates and why and all that mumbo
Well,
jumbo.
how about we work from 3 to 1? I'm going to start with Lamar
All right. Yeah,
Jackson.
yeah, that's fine.
Everyone on the planet thinks he deserves the MVP, and I was skeptical to put him in the race a few weeks ago, but the way he's been playing, I know some of the teams they're playing aren't top notch, but good quarterbacks dominate good defenses, and he's been doing well. His numbers speak for themselves. He's certainly, honestly, he's the most improved player of the year. He's going to get that
Oh, yeah.
award all day. Good for him. He'll get an ESPYS award as a sophomore in the NFL because he is the most improved player in football. No one comes even close. His passing numbers are increased. He doesn't have that many yards at all, like at all. However, he has of the top, I believe, five now after that 5 touchdown game against the Rams in passing touchdowns. And then the running. Do I have to even talk about it? I mean, honestly, he's going to shatter Michael Vick's uh, quarterback rushing record. He is unreal when he breaks free. So he's got great talent, okay? But it's called Most Valuable Player Award. The Ravens are such a good team, especially offensively. Their
Yep.
offensive line would be just as good without him. Their run game would be just as good. They could start RG3, and I think they'd have about the same record and the same productivity. Don't I mean
Yeah.
he's I believe that because the passing game isn't that great. It's not, that's not what they work on. I mean, if they need to get like 5 yards, sure. Let Hollywood Brown run a slant route and just use his speed. He'll get 5 yards of separation, and there's a play right there.
Mark
That's all
Andrews.
they do. That is all they do, and people over exaggerate it. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson's not bad. He could be an offensive player of the year type of guy, most improved, but most valuable. No, most valuable player on that team is fucking like Marshall Yonda, Orlando Brown, anyone on that offensive line. Those guys are the MVPs of that offense because they allow that the Ravens can run every down. every single play. Maybe you get a 3rd and long or something like 3rd and 10. Maybe they can pass, but literally the Ravens can run the ball behind that dominant offensive line every
I
single
get where
play.
you're coming from, but it's most valuable player. I mean, granted, the offensive line's important.
I'm
It's
saying,
really,
no, I'm
really
saying
important, but
that's what I said. You could give it to a Yonda. Like, I mean, these guys
uh,
are kicking ass. Ravens will probably have anywhere from 3 to 4 All Pros by the end of the season. I guarantee you that. So, for that reason alone, he's number 3. Excuse the hell out of me.
okay. I've got Lamar Jackson number 2, but I like what you said. The rushing speaks for itself. He's got 876 yards, 6 touchdowns, and average 7 yards a fucking carry. The rushing is unbelievable. He just surpassed Michael Vick in the fastest quarterback in all of Madden. He's going to break Michael Vick's records.
99.
He already broke Cam Newton's rookie records. Besides
Yep.
touchdowns, he's not close to that, but it's okay. He is probably already in his second year one of the best mobile quarterbacks, rushing quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, I
What
agree.
gets me is the passing. He's still got a good touchdown interception ratio, 24 touchdowns, 5 picks. Still got a 111 QBR. But he, like you said, most valuable player. He's flashy, but the team is already good. When we say Russell Wilson is MVP, Russell Wilson is the only good thing that comes out of that fucking offense, basically.
Yep.
That is
That's
the
damn
only
right.
reason they've got the record they have. That is the only
Yep.
reason they've won, had multiple winning seasons in a row.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson, if you took him out, put RG3 in or Teddy Bridgewater in, they'd still be fine. They've got Mark Ingram, who's a damn good running back behind that great offensive line. If
Yep.
they need to get a couple yards, they got Mark Andrews, top 3 tight end in the league this year, and you got Hollywood Brown and multiple other fucking receivers
Willie
that
Snead.
that
Yeah.
get the fucking job done, especially in this power run vertical scheme that they fucking do. That they got all these fast fucking players, bomb it, they'll be open, get some fucking play action going, and they'll be fine. So most valuable player, I'm not going to go with Lamar Jackson this year. I bet he'll get it just because of the hype that he's getting and the flashiness of these runs. But I don't think he deserves it. He's a candidate, but the most valuable player, no. The team is already very, very good. So moving on to my number 2, my number 3, your number 2 is
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey.
That is correct. Christian McCaffrey leads the league in rushing yards. He leads the league in scrimmage yards. He leads, well, actually, yeah, after this last week, I
Yes.
still believe he leads the league in total touchdowns.
Yes.
His quarterback, Kyle Allen, not terrible for a second year backup, but his quarterback, Kyle Allen, his offensive line, well, they got Trey Turner and Hunter, help me out. Who else?
A bunch of undrafted or 6th-round picks.
Yes, there you go. So leads the league in rushing with one known offensive lineman around the league, to my best of my knowledge.
2, Matt Parrott is pretty good, but good.
They have a few good receivers, so they hardly ever throw the ball. I'm sorry, I was really high on Kyle Allen like weeks ago, like everyone else was. He was looking good. He kind of fell off pretty
Don't
hard. Well, you
The
did.
offensive scheme.
You did. And
Not his
he
fault.
fell off pretty hard. He's a turnover machine all of a sudden. So he is the entire offense for the Panthers.
Yes.
He is about as close to comparison of a Russell Wilson that you're going to get. He does it all. And I'm sorry, Hunter, if McCaffrey did not play for the Panthers, they might have 1 or 2 wins on the season.
I wouldn't even say
It
that.
is what it is. And their defense is underperforming. Once again, I couldn't explain it, but they're underperforming. So they have to put a lot of points. And he does a consistent job. You need a first down. He is a power back too. It's incredible. The guy is short. He's not small. He is short. That's it. He's a hoss. The guy's ripped. He has like 0.0001% body fat. That's impossible. But if anyone was going to get close to it, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He's a ball of muscle that can catch. He's quick, fucking jumps over people for crying out loud. His athletic ability allows him to keep the Panthers competitive in games offensively, just as Russell Wilson does for his team. Honestly, the only reason he's probably not my number one on the MVP list is because he can't throw the football.
It's a
If he could
quarterback
throw
award.
the football, yeah, it's the position he plays. He's honestly a legend right now. Like he is in comparison with what is it? LT and Adrian Peterson. Those were the last two running backs to win MVP.
Yeah.
Talking about high honors. We're talking about Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers. AP still going. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Um,
Best, one of the best of all
I
time.
mean, it's incredible. He's just having a way outstanding season for what he's working with. And we just talked about Lamar Jackson. The guy has all the tools in the world around him to be successful. McCaffrey's almost the opposite in that he has to do it himself, and he does it. So he is my number two, like you just mentioned, because he's not a quarterback. It's just a position. He's the best running back in football by far. Dalvin Cook isn't actually even close at this point because he cannot receive the ball like McCaffrey. He is far and away the best running back in football, and he's a running back. He's my number two. So
McCaffrey's already eclipsed 1,100 rushing yards. He is at nearly 600 receiving yards. So total
that's
yards
insane.
around 1,700. Total
Insane.
touchdowns around 16 touchdowns.
Incredible.
McCaffrey, if he was to go down, the Panthers would not win a game. And they will, ever since
I
week
agree.
one, if McCaffrey was down, they would be probably 0-16 at this point. McCaffrey is the fucking team. Period. The end. Kyle Allen, all he has to do is check the ball down, which he does 90% of the time. And that is why McCaffrey handles 55% or it's 45 or 55% of the Carolina Panthers' whole entire offensive workload.
We'll call it 50.
Which is
It's
fucking
incredible.
ridiculous. That's counting Kyle Allen. That's counting the receivers. That's counting the tight ends. Every fucking body on that offense. He gets around 50% of the fucking touches, which is ridiculous. So it's a toss-up between him and Lamar Jackson for my two. However, I think it's a quarterback award, so that's why I put Lamar Jackson in front of him. But if you're talking about most valuable player to their team, yes, it's Christian McCaffrey. So you were talking about the offensive line. The offensive line is full of makeshift guys. Trey Turner, an All-Pro. Matt Paradis, an All-Pro, who was, I think, a sixth-round pick at one point. And everybody else is undrafted or
I
sixth-round
don't know. I've never heard of any of the rest.
Yeah.
We used to have Khalil. That's all I know.
Yeah. This running back and Christian McCaffrey averages 5 yards of fucking carry.
Incredible.
With that. He's short. He's elusive. He's a fucking power back. That's why the Panthers last year got rid of C.J. Anderson because they were like, fuck it, he can do it all, which he can. They put him in a slot receiver position. They put him on the outside receiver position. And the thing that Norv Turner told Kyle Allen at the very fucking beginning, and especially last week, they stressed to him, the check down is always open. Yep. Speaking, if you don't know football, McCaffrey is the check down because he's the running back, and he is always fucking open, period.
Yep.
Because he is. Corners can't cover him. Linebackers can't cover him. He is the best running back in football by far in yards, scrimmage yards. I think Aaron Jones is close to him in total touchdowns, but that's because he has fucking Aaron Rodgers throwing to him.
And a good offense.
Duh.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey's fucking unreal. And I know I'm a Panthers fan, and I'm not being biased because
it's not biased. You're not being. Everything you said is everyone should agree with you. Anyone that watches this should agree with you 100%.
And we want to talk about one of the nicest guys in the NFL. Andrew Luck was a really nice guy, and everybody fucking loved him. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey is the same exact way. Eli Apple last game didn't even tackle Christian. He pushed him out of bounds and started jawing his mouth, fucking talking shit. Christian McCaffrey looked at him and tossed the ball to the ref. A couple plays later, that juke he had on the 5-yard line that shook the 11 shit out of, I don't think it was Eli Apple. I think it was Marshawn Lattimore. But still, That was just a fucking dagger in the Saints defense right there. Like, shut the fuck up.
Spiked it on his ass too. Yeah.
So McCaffrey is my number 3 just because this is a quarterback award. But if we're talking about most valuable player on the team, Christian McCaffrey, because the Panthers would be 0-16 without him. Chris McCaffrey is a fucking contender, and he should be thought about for MVP.
Yep.
But moving on to our number 1, it is Russell motherfucking Wilson.
Russell motherfucking Wilson. It's
I don't know his
having
middle
the.
name, but it should be mother.
We'll just motherfucking Wilson. That's what we'll call it. Russell Wilson is the MVP
Yes.
over Christian McCaffrey because he plays quarterback, the most important position in football.
Yep.
One of the most important and toughest positions to play in all of professional sports. So they tell me. I have no idea, but it's not far-fetched. You have to lead your team and against the best players in the world, and he does that on a weekly basis. Hunter, what is the Seahawks record as of right now?
Seahawks record is, let me look, 9-2.
They are 9-2. They have beaten the 49ers, which are probably the best team in the NFC, one of the best in football. He dropped a cool 30-some-odd points on that defense, which Hunter mentioned is number 1 in football. He has multiple comeback victories, fourth quarter drives. He literally has done any and everything for the Seahawks entirely.
His whole career.
Clutch. His whole, and this is what I'm talking about. I should have mentioned that. I'm talking about his entire career. The guy has gone, he gets comebacks, fourth quarter comebacks. Ever since he's been in the league, he has the most fourth quarter comebacks in the NFL since he's been in football. So he's naturally clutch. He can run if he needs to, but I love that he doesn't choose to run first, Lamar Jackson, because he can throw the shit out of the football. We talk about Aaron Rodgers and his ability to throw the ball and place it anywhere. It's like we've never seen before. Russell Wilson does the exact same thing. It is beautiful. I mean, he can roll right. You never want to throw off your back foot across your body. My God, if he can't roll right, run backwards off his back foot and throw it sideways somewhere, and it's the most beautiful throw. He does the same thing Aaron Rodgers does, but he does it with less, and he's faster, so he can scramble more if he needs to. Like it's got to be depressing for defensive linemen to have to go down each and every play and say, God, do I really have to rush this guy? Like, do I really have to fucking get schooled all over TV right now? Because he does it every single play. Whenever he gets sacked, I'm shocked. I'm like, damn, whoever that defensive lineman is, whoever did that's good.
Because he had nowhere to go, period. It takes more than one person to get him.
It's absolutely ridiculous how great this guy is consistently. And like Hunter mentioned when we were talking about him over McCaffrey, he's working with nothing. I mean, his offensive line has gotten decent it's getting a little better each year. Ifedi is pretty good lineman. I remember back when they won the Super Bowl, in those days they had J.R. Sweezy, guys like that, They don't have the worst O-line. They got a solid running back in Chris Carson. He's got good receivers to throw to. But their defense is honestly they're worse than average. They have a few guys in the backfield that can make plays, but up front, it's so disappointing. You have Ezekiel Ansah, you have Jadeveon Clowney now. You traded for him, however many weeks ago now, and they do not get pressured. They do not get sacked. They're terrible at stopping the run. So Russell Wilson, he's working against the clock, and he has to put up points literally every time they get the ball. Very rarely do they win without the fucking Seahawks putting up, about 30 points a game? It's incredible. It's incredible. And this year, he's having the best year of his career statistically, and I'm sure Hunter will tell you all about his stats.
Yeah. A 5'11", 215, third-round pick in 2012, and this motherfucker has led the Seattle Seahawks to every fucking season. He has led them to a winning record, I do believe, besides maybe one. It might be all of them. I'm not sure. Two-time NFC champion, one Super Bowl, and he hasn't won MVP yet, which is shocking. But this needs to be the fucking year. He is having the best year statistically at a 112 QBR, 24 touchdowns, only 3 picks, 67% completion, 3,000 passing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. And it's not even the stats what gets me. It's like you said, the fucking plays. You see Lamar Jackson making all these flashy runs. Russell Wilson makes flashy runs. When he does run, though, or when he's rolling out, he keeps his eyes down the field. He looks up. He looks left as he's fucking running around from Chandler Jones twice a year, fucking Nick Bosa twice a year, DeForest Buckner twice a year, Aaron Donald twice a year. Hello. This is all fucking teams in his division, and they have the best linemen in the fucking division, period. Am I correct? I would assume so.
Those are some of the literally best defensive linemen in football, and he
plays them all twice a fucking year. And this is and he puts up these numbers, and he beats the best defense in football in overtime.
Yep.
I mean, nearly by himself on offense. I mean, you have Tyler Lockett. You have the fucking receiver, the ripped fucker.
DK Metcalf.
Metcalf. And that's about it on the receiving side. You have Chris Carson, who is an average running back. This year he has struggled with fumbles, and the offense in general has struggled running the football, and the defense is Jadeveon Clowney coming to the team, that kind of helps them. But overall, the team is He is the only reason they are 9-2. He is the only reason they beat the fucking 49ers.
Yep.
And he's the only reason they got a fucking playoff spot right now. The most valuable player, not even talking about quarterbacks, in the fucking league should be him over McCaffrey, over Lamar, just because the shit he fucking does. Especially the crap that you don't want to see a quarterback do. Roll out 15 yards backwards, throw it over his fucking down, cross his body, not looking that way, no look pass like this, and it somehow fucking falls right into a receiver's hands. I don't know how he does it. And, I mean, I remember watching him play the Panthers a lot for some fucking reason. We play them a lot, even in the playoffs. And it's so demoralizing on a 3rd and 15. And that motherfucker makes the plays he does.
Yep.
And I just want to cry every time he fucking does it.
Yep.
I would hate to be in the same division as fucking Russell, not even the Seahawks, as Russell fucking Wilson.
It's got to be intimidating. It has to be.
I complain that Drew Brees is in the fucking NFC South. Dear God in heaven, if fucking Russell Wilson was in the fucking NFC South, I would cry every single time I face him. I don't even care if we win.
Yep.
He's that legit. And to be a 3rd-round pick and to be as short as he is, it's fucking unreal. Russell Wilson should be the MVP by far.
Yep.
Willie, probably not, but
I love what you said there. Like, teams would be crying playing Russell Wilson. They see the Seahawks, maybe, sure. 2013, they were afraid of the defense, right? Everyone was terrified of that Legion of Boom. That didn't last all that long. You're welcome. But when we hear the Seahawks now, but the last, 4 seasons, I would say, we go, might be tough for a little while.
Yeah.
But what you concern yourself with is Russell Wilson, like you said, 3rd and 15. They do, oh my God. It's not just that 49ers play in overtime, because that was an incredible play by him. But it happens every week. Watch any Seahawks game just for 5 minutes while he's on the field, and you go, damn. I mean, he does it every drive, every play. It is incredible. When they don't let him get the ball, when they don't try to pass it on 3rd downs, they fail almost every time. Chris Carson is a pretty solid running back. He's a workhorse. But, dude, every time it's not in his hands, there is no productivity at all. It might get you a few first downs here and there, but it's going to stall out. Russell Wilson takes over games. He's a game changer. If he continues to play, you don't have to play like this level every year. You don't expect a guy to play MVP every single year. But his career is, if he continues to play like he has in his career, this guy's going to be like a top 5 quarterback of all time.
May I mind you,
all
this
time.
man has already been sacked 33 times this fucking season. His
Yep.
offensive line is one of the worst in football. At least the
Yep.
bottom, at least fucking 20th. I mean, the offensive line sucks. The running game isn't there. He does this shit by himself. And I'm taking a quote from Gene Hackman, the replacements. Winners want the ball when the game is on the line. If you
Yes,
do
that is
not
the
give
best
this
one.
motherfucker the
Yep.
ball,
Yep.
granted, in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, it kind of fucked him over, but
Different situation, different
he
time.
needs the fucking, when the game is on the line, in overtime against the 49ers,
Yeah.
give Russell Wilson the ball. He will make plays just like he did. He's fucking unreal. I
Yep.
love him. He's a great guy, good player, fucking solid athlete, plays baseball as well. I mean, he
Yep.
is the fucking man. And you cannot get a better athlete, a better quarterback than Russell Wilson. I mean, overall, I mean, he is one of the best in the fucking league for the
Yep.
past 7 fucking years, 8 years.
Yep.
I mean, it's unreal. I love him to death.
He is my favorite quarterback. Besides, I'm biased to Tom Brady. He is my
Yep.
favorite quarterback in football, and
Yeah,
he
I
has
mean,
been
Teddy
for several
Bridgewater,
years.
by far my favorite quarterback, but I mean, it's
Teddy
Russell
Bridgewater?
Wilson.
Oh,
No, good quarterback, but no, I was kidding. But yeah, Russell Wilson's the fucking man. Love
Russell
him to
Wilson
death.
is the man, and that's why he should win MVP. Just like earlier, if we're saying who should win MVP, it should be Russell Wilson. Will
Willie?
he?
No.
I'm going to say, unfortunately, no. There's a lot of idiots out there, or people who just they
The
look how
media.
flashy he is. His numbers are good, and they're MVP level, and their team is really good. Lamar Jackson's going to win MVP. It's going to piss me off. I'm expecting it, but it's still going to piss me off because I'm so high on Russell Wilson. But Lamar Jackson going to win MVP because media hypes him up.
Yes.
They don't show him only throwing like 12 passes a game for 160 yards. All they show is a few times he makes those long runs and jukes out a couple slow defensive linemen. That's it. That's all they show. They repeat it over and over on social media, gets in everyone's head that he's a god for some reason. And Lamar Jackson's gonna win MVP, even though he does not deserve it. Does and you said you put him above McCaffrey. I wanted to say I strongly disagree with that. I don't think he's the MVP. He's
Uh,
gonna win it. It's gonna
Going
be
back
disappointing.
to
But
uh, Lamar Jackson has 299 attempts. Russell Wilson has 352. The yards, Lamar Jackson has 2,400. Russell Wilson has 3,000. I mean, you see how much they
yeah,
pass the ball
yeah,
more than the fucking Ravens. Lamar Jackson
yeah,
is a running back that can throw halfway decent. I
yeah.
mean, he's doing good this year. Don't get me
He's
wrong, but
see
he's not Russell
he's
Wilson.
got a weakness. You make him pass a lot in a game. If you can somehow stop him from scrambling every other play like he does and make him throw the football, that's a weakness. You're winning. There is
Yep.
no weakness for Russell Wilson. You can't make him do anything. He might have a bad game because he's fucking off in his head or I don't know, he's sick or something, but you can't beat him. You can beat the
No,
Seahawks by putting up 50 fucking points probably. But you
you
cannot
can't beat
beat
Russell
Russell
Wilson.
Wilson. He does not have any weaknesses. That's the key. No weaknesses for the MVP.
The Patriots cheating asses can go and cut the fucking cord to his helmet so he can't hear plays. And guess what? In the preseason, he called all the offensive plays in the first quarter, and they scored, I
Did
think, on 3 fucking drives straight. So
sure.
preseason, but still, he calls the offensive plays, and they still fucking score. It's pretty fucking sad.
He's a genius.
All right, that will do it for this episode. I hope y'all like the new switching it up a little bit. If you want a topic, if you want to give us a topic that we want to talk, or I can't fucking talk. What am I saying?
Tell us a topic you would like. Leave a comment
There you go.
on social media or on
Yep.
the YouTube channel.
I'm tired. We need to stop
He
recording
runs
this
the
late.
show here, and this is what
We record at fucking midnight every damn night.
that
I
is
get
not
tired.
true. That is not true. 15 till tonight. So early, actually.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, leave a comment. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter for our predictions and for topics that we don't talk about on the show, news, updates, whatever. And subscribe to the channel, like the video. And thank you guys for watching. Tune in a couple days for the next episode, and we will catch you later.